All right, we're back. Another edition of games with Michael. We'll avoid that previous mess up on our end. I know this is back to back. We got another a fun game, I think, inspired by another podcast as well. We're drafting the 50 states. I know this is episode 51 for us. Maybe we're hopeful we get another state with Puerto Rico or whatnot. But basically, we've broken down the states into how many regions do we got? Nine regions. We have each one has a separate draft order that was predetermined with, random.org. I'll give them credit. So we're just going to go through and give our rationales and see who gets the best draft at the end of the day. I can record if you want. And how's everybody doing? We'll start there. Everybody doing okay?
Oh, we're doing great.
I just had a pizza.
Which division are we starting with?
Let's just start with the Southwest.
Okay.
So included in the Southwest is Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. So draft orders have been decided. It goes Ben, Fox, and then myself. Mm-hmm. So Betty, first off the board in the Southwest, the bettors, the Vegas bettors had some big odds on this one. We'll see if you.
I am taking Arizona with my Southwest pick.
A lot of bettors are ready to jump off their houses right now. That's not who they were taking.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do New Mexico with my pick.
All right. The bettors are 0 for 2 so far.
That is no.
Why did you go Arizona? Why did you go with New Mexico?
I mean, there's the Grand Canyon. There's sports teams in Arizona, like a couple of professional teams. I mean, you got 3 right there in Phoenix. I don't know. I think you get a little bit of a snow. The climate's brutal. It's a dry heat. They all say that. It still sucks. But I thought Arizona was the clear one for me in that region because I don't like Texas.
And I agree with Arizona that was my number 1 for this. So obviously I have to settle for my second. And New Mexico, there's great heritage culture. It's one of the prime embodiments of Southwest kind of atmosphere. You know, you got the culminations of food, people, and culture, as well as awesome geographical locations and some pretty, infamous cities too. Infamous and famous, let's say that. So some cool stuff going on there.
I would not have guessed that.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. But that leaves me with Texas and Oklahoma. And I have never met somebody that's ever lived in Oklahoma that's been cool. So I'm going with Texas. There are some weirdos in Texas and a lot of weird things going on there. But it's a massive state. Lots to do there. A lot of fun to be had.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. You're right. It's a huge state.
That's a great value pick for the third. Pick. And
for a lot of people, that's their one. I think.
I think so too.
So, and to have the state that we 2 of the 3 people in this room are going to be living in, off the board or not chosen is, I don't know what to think of that, but
it is.
All right, moving to the Southeast. We got Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama.
So I have the first pick in this region. Ben has second, and then Fox gets third. A lot of these options are good, not great, but I'm going to take Georgia with my first pick in this one. Not much of a rationale. Got some good sports, got some good weather, got a nice oceanfront property, got a lot of movies shot down there. Got the Masters down there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of 2 states that has their capital start and end with the letter A. So there you go.
There you go. Fun fact. So I am going to take Louisiana then. I know New Orleans isn't the best geographically, but I'm taking Louisiana with mine. A lot of like Austin said, a lot of food, a lot of culture, and I did not want Florida.
Wow. You guys pretty much took the 2 that I was really banking on. So this leaves me with kind of a crapshoot, but I've been to Florida a couple times, have family down there. It'd be interesting to, be associated with that state a little bit more closely. I know there's a lot of weird stuff that comes out of there. The patented Google search, Google man or
Florida
Google, man. Yeah, Florida man does this. Mm-hmm. So, it's an interesting pick. Probably skeptics everywhere will be criticizing this.
I mean, what you got Disney World, you got back-to-back Stanley Cup champion there.
Yeah, you got
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
I mean, Tropicana's there. I know we were kind of we were hitting on Tropicana.
Whoa, go Rays.
I know, but Tropicana's a dump, Michael.
Yeah, I don't think Florida's weird, man, but it's still not the worst in this region. I think. I had Alabama at the bottom, and then Mississippi close behind.
So I went Georgia. You went Louisiana, and then Fox went Florida.
Yep.
Those would have been my top 3 picks as well.
Yeah, that's what mine were. So
all right, moving on to the Mid-Atlantic. This is Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. The order goes Ben, Fox, myself. So Ben, what is the first off the board here?
This is a layup for me. I'm taking Tennessee.
That's what I would have gone with as well.
Yep. Go Preds. You got John Englund, former guest on the show, lives there. I think Tennessee's the right pick here for me.
All right.
This is a hard one. Because Tennessee is just the unanimous choice for me, I think, too. But I'm going to deal with the closely related Kentucky. Just a lot of kind of just banter back and forth with the border, all this sort of cool stuff going on. You got some of the Appalachian Mountains run through that way, and just it's scenic when you get to the cool parts of it. But
that was my 5th out of 6 for that region. Interesting.
Yeah, that one did not crack my top 3. I have a tie between North Carolina and South Carolina, so I'm not.
You're just gonna take the Carolinas.
No, that's not fair. That's cheating.
Breaking news.
You know what? I'm gonna go with North Carolina. Lock that one in.
That was my 2.
North Carolina. So
yeah.
Shakers and movers with me, right? Yeah, Kentucky shakers and movers pick.
So not a huge beach guy, so that's why I didn't go with South Carolina. So
yeah, that's
because you got Myrtle.
Yeah,
too much sand.
Too many baseball tournaments.
Yeah.
All right, off to the Midwest, which Iowa, Nebraska,
this is so bad.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Missouri, and Kansas.
Oh, I got the last pick in there too.
You got the last pick. I got the first pick here. Fox has the sandwich in the middle. I feel like there's an obvious number 1 here, and I'm going with Missouri. You got Kansas City and St. Louis.
Yep.
Got I don't know. I get the arch. Pretty neat. Pretty decent weather. More to do than in the other places. Fox was shaking his head quite aggressively. He did not like that pick, apparently. So
not my favorite place.
Let's hear what the other.
It's just not my favorite.
Take it down.
Yeah, it's not my favorite place.
All right, awesome. What do you got?
Neither is Iowa, but no offense to people from there. So obviously, not going to take Missouri here. I love Kansas. I do. I really do. But I'm going to go with South Dakota.
Good pick.
You want to know why?
Nope, I don't. Ben, what's your pick? Okay. Fox, why?
No, seriously, Michael, I don't know why.
Mount Rushmore, Badlands, pheasant hunting. Those were all my reasons for taking it, and Austin just takes it no reasoning. It's great.
You want to trade for Kansas?
Yeah, we can start swapping Kansas. Some deals here.
I don't. What do I got? I got North Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna take North Dakota. I don't like that pick, but at least there's some variety, I think, in the terrain. I'm sure the Bison get up there. It's one of those North Carolina, South Carolina things that maybe they could be combined. But
I was just gonna say, you want to go in on something? We can work this out.
I'll trade you. No, yeah, I'm going North Dakota. That's not my favorite pick out of there, but yeah, I'm going last here in the. Oh no, where are we going next?
We're going up to the Great Lakes region, so you are last. So it's Fox, myself, then Ben. In the Great Lakes, that is Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio.
Yeah, so I think unanimous favorite here. I gotta go with the big dub, Wisconsin.
Illinois. Oh.
Yeah, no thanks. Been there, done that. But
have you noticed, Michael? His Illinois roots are kind of just like fizzling out here. He's a Brewer fan now. Like he picks it over. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Unreleased episode, but yeah, you'll hear about
Yeah,
that.
you'll see it. You'll hear it.
So Wisco off the
love
boat.
it. Yeah, just a great place. That's all I gotta say.
That will put me next. I will select the land of 10,000 lakes, even though they have like 11,876 or something like
And
that.
Wisconsin
I will go
has
to
more.
Minnesota.
Yep.
Lots of parks up there. You know, a lot of outdoorsy people. It gets a little cold in the winter, but you know,
Where doesn't it?
yeah, that's fair. So I'm going Minnesota there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Michigan out to round that out. Michigan was my 2, just ahead of Minnesota. I know Illinois has Chicago, but other than that, man,
That's the reason to not pick it.
yeah. Well, I'm saying like they got sports and stuff, but I'm gonna take Michigan. A lot of waterfront with Lake Michigan all around it. But yeah, I like that pick. I got my 2 out of there. So
All right, rapid fire. Wisconsin or Illinois? Ben.
Wisconsin,
Minnesota or Illinois?
Minnesota,
Michigan or Illinois?
Michigan,
Ohio or Illinois?
Ohio,
Indiana or Illinois?
Illinois. Sorry.
All right. Off to the Northeast region. I have indeed been to all 6 of these states here. Very lovely time. But you got Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
The drafting order is Fox number 1 again, Ben 2, and I will be anchoring it down here. Fox, what are you leading off with?
I'm gonna make Ben mad again. I'm gonna pick Massachusetts. Boston's there.
Boston.
And I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. Just kind of it's a historic part of the country that I think pay homage to every once in a while. You hear a lot of cool stuff. Also, I will say, very historically known for sports teams. One of the, a power city. Yeah, New England for the longest time. I know not necessarily there, but like they were associated with that area, and just New England Patriots dominating Super Bowls. Yeah, the Celtics being really, really good and all that sort of stuff. So just kind of a cool place.
All right.
I'm going to take Rhode Island. I went there a couple of years ago, had a great time. Newport, truly beautiful. Again, this was a region for me that had a lot of good options. I would have been okay with several of them, but I'll take Rhode Island.
That leaves me with the choice between Vermont or Connecticut, and I will go with Vermont. Very nature.
Go burn.
Maple syrup.
There, maple syrup. Ben and Jerry's there.
Yep.
There's some other things to do up there, so I'll go with Vermont.
Maine was my 3rd in there. With
Acadia.
Yep, and lobster. Maine was my 3rd.
The other state that's capital starts and ends with the letter A. There you go. Full circle.
Full circle. Okay, where are we going next, Michael?
We are going to a made-up area, the Metropolitan Area. This one only has 5 states, consisting of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. Again, I have been to all 5 of these states as well.
Where are there a lot of states you haven't been to?
I haven't been out west very much, or southeast, like your Tennessees, Carolinas.
Yeah. All right. So what? I got the first pick here.
Timeout. I'm using my 30-second timeout here.
Okay.
So big debate. So does it count being in a state if you have like a layover at an airport?
No.
You say no, even though if you spend like 2 hours at the airport in that state, you think you haven't been to that state?
Oh, I don't.
So like, for
know.
instance, I was like a flight to Florida. I was in the Atlanta airport for a couple hours. So have I been to Georgia?
Have you been on Georgia soil?
Yeah, the airport.
But a lot of times it's not.
So what if I committed arson in the airport? Where would I go to jail? In Georgia, right?
I understand the technical
like flying over the state. No way.
Doesn't count.
Sky.
Well,
but I was in.
Were you outside? Were you outside?
I did not leave the confines of the building.
That's another good point.
I mean,
you said no too.
Well, this is what I was thinking about, and we have the same conversation with driving, but people are more accepting of driving through a state being considered you've been there. But, like if you're going to compare it to the flying, like you don't stop unless you're landing or taking off at an airport in that state. So like the layover thing is a weird exception. But if you're driving through a state, you have to get out and walk around and see stuff. So I think it's like you got two things you have to try to think about, but mainly you're within like a transportation system that it's like a part of a greater network of stuff. So I just think you're technically in the state, but I just don't think you're able to experience parts of the state that make it like you've actually been there. So like technically yes, but I don't consider flying in a layover.
All right, I will take your technicality as a yes, so thank you. All right, so just to reiterate, that is New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland. Order goes Ben, Fox, Michael.
I might get some flack from relatives out in Pennsylvania, but I am taking New York with this pick.
Joshua t-shirts? Is that why?
No. Like I've been in New York City. There's a lot of things to do there. There's a lot of good sports, and
I have been to Cooperstown. It was nice out there.
Yeah, and that's upstate. And I think New York has a lot to offer in my draft. That's why I take it. This is my number one, clearly.
All right. Well, Fox. You know who I'm not picking is New Jersey because
I will not be drafting that.
That'll be a hard no for me. This is really, I could flip a coin and have it land on 3 of the 4 states remaining and not New Jersey. I'd force.
What kind of a coin has 3 sides?
When it lands on the middle part, the other side, the green part. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Maryland. Really, no reasoning why. I'm sorry, Michael, to take that away from you, but the only other reason is go Terrapins, but they're turtles.
I saw on Jeopardy that Maryland has like over 2,000 miles of coastline. Yeah, wrap your head around that one. So
mental pretzel.
That leaves me with I'll go Pennsylvania. It's got Scranton, the Electric City. Philadelphia.
Got a lot of crime in Scranton, but
Hershey, Pittsburgh. You got the beautiful capital of Harrisburg, which I've never been to. I'm assuming it's beautiful, but yeah, I'll go with Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that was my 2 out of there, and then I had Maryland. Maryland.
Maryland.
I had Maryland as my 3.
Maryland was my number 1 choice. So you stole that right from me.
All right.
Right under your nose.
All right, Ben.
Yes.
Never mind. You start for the West. It goes Ben, Michael, Fox. West, we have
J. Fox.
Sorry. Nice.
Utah, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Nevada.
I'm taking Colorado. I think this is the clear one out of here.
Disagree, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's why it's my pick, not yours.
Why? Yeah.
As crappy of a time as I had at the Denver airport, I still think, it has a lot to offer. And then, you get the sports. You don't necessarily get that in the other places here. It's like in the central of the majority of those states. So I like that. They're the locale.
Colorado was my second choice, but I am going to go with Wyoming number 1. A lot of beauty.
Does it even exist though?
I haven't been there, so I cannot confirm nor deny. But
no, I think that's a good pick too.
The state that allegedly is Wyoming will be my pick here. So Fox, that leaves you with a few.
Yeah. Well, this one is my number 1 without a doubt. Montana, 9 national parks. You got Glacier and Yellowstone.
The granola comes out.
How can you go wrong with that? But it's just the natural wonders of the United States. I think are all right there. Now, granted, you have Grand Tetons in Wyoming, and you got Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. You got all these great places, but it's Montana, man. Go out there, big sky country.
Gonna go the match out there too.
What do you got?
Last one already. Oh,
Pacific. We have California, Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, Alaska. So it's me, Ben, Fox, which I did not want the first pick here because I think there are 3 very good choices here. Oh boy. I think I might take. I'm gonna go Washington.
Oh man, that was last for me.
Last for you.
I think Seattle rains too much for me there. I think there's other picks
but
here.
There's some mountains, there's some parks.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's beautiful.
Alaska and Hawaii both sound wonderful, but Washington's right in the middle.
Olympic is the only rainforest that the United States has to offer. It's considered rainforest, tropical rainforest.
That's another reason why it's a good pick.
Man, all the four that are left here, I'm all okay with, but I'm going to take California. Quite a variety of climates, a lot of sporting, food, culture, parks, Yosemite, all that stuff. That's my pick, California.
All right. Fox, so you got Oregon or the two non-contiguous states?
Well, I'm gonna go with the biggest state, Alaska. That's my my final end goal. If I'm gonna keep riding the granola train with my Montana pick and one of the previous rounds, I'm just gotta go with Alaska. I think it's the next best thing.
That's a good pick. I'd love to go there sometime. So,
man, Pacific was tough for me. I had California and then Hawaii's up there, Alaska, Oregon, and then Michael's pick. I just that's one of the three regions I think that had good top three overall for like everyone. It would have been a good pick. I'm safe with.
Yep, agreed. All right, let's read off these teams here. Fox, you have New Mexico, Florida, Kentucky, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Massachusetts, Maryland, Montana, Alaska. Ben, Arizona, Louisiana, Tennessee, North Dakota, Michigan, Rhode Island, New York, Colorado, California. Then I had Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, Missouri, Minnesota, Utah, Pennsylvania, Wyoming, Washington. So some pretty solid groups there.
Yeah. All right. Who do you think won this draft?
Who do I think won this
I know
draft?
we got a lot of our number ones, but
I think you need to make a poll and send it out to the people.
Okay. We'll have to do that and make a graphic with everything so it's nice and simple.
Take us home, Ben.
Take us home. All right. Well, what do we got next week? Is our year in review.
Wow.
Austin and I are going to go through some of our favorite moments over the past year. Once again, thanks for sticking around for the ride, and Michael, thanks again for joining us. I know it's always a pleasure on our end. It's fun hearing your thoughts and bring a little more life to the pod sometimes. So,
blast! A hoot and a half.
All right, that's your outlook for next week. See ya.
See ya.